There's 10,000 people turning 65 every day. And one half of this population is reaching this age on their own. So you're not alone in this phase. You need to know that.
You aren't alone, but retiring solo does increase your risk of actually being lonely, which can have detrimental impact on your health. Today we're going to talk about retiring alone, or the new buzzword of solo retirement. So if you're watching this and you say, well, that doesn't apply to me, and you're a woman, stay tuned. The reason I say that is, unfortunately, 7 out of 10, or 70%, of baby boomer aged women actually outlive their husbands.
What are you going to do without
Why
me?
are you laughing?
What are you going to do without me?
I don't know what I'll do without you.
Probably party. Anyway,
not
there's
true.
10,000 people turning 65 every day. And one half of this population is reaching this age on their own. So you're not alone in this phase. You need to know that.
You aren't alone, but retiring solo does increase your risk of actually being lonely, which can have detrimental impact on your health.
So this idea of emotional loneliness, you know that people over 65 who suffer from that, they have an 18% increase in their mortality rates, which is scary.
So today we'll give you 7 strategies to help ward off loneliness and overcome isolation to live a more fulfilling life as a solo retiree.
So here's the first strategy, and this is really important. Overcoming your financial insecurities. Now, if you are a single woman now or a single person and you're retiring and you don't really have a handle on your finances, that's a problem. And you're going to be stuck and stifled and not be able to move forward. So you need to hire a financial planner and understand your finances. And frankly, if you're a couple watching this and one of the two of you really gets finances well and the other one doesn't, that's not a good place to be.
No, if you're listening to this, both of you should pay attention and share the financial information as well as the financial burdens now. Because ultimately, if you listen to that first statistic, if you're a woman, 70% of us will end up as a solo retiree outliving our partner. That's just the medical history. That's just the facts.
You know, there are friends down the street who purchased the house from this elderly couple. And unfortunately, her husband passed away, and she decided she wanted to downsize. She went to sell the house. They got all the way down the road to the closing,
Right.
and realized he had never changed the title of the house. So it took another 3 months to close, and it's just because she had no idea. They weren't really sharing the information. So it is really important.
Yep. So get your finances in order. We're not financial planners, but definitely find one.
Right.
That was strategy number 1. Strategy number 2, create a small support group of peers. Like Mark said, you're not alone. There are many other people in the same place. And you want to be able to share your struggles and successes with them.
Yeah, because it's tough to be alone, and it's tough to really be alone. But if you can be alone with another person who's alone, then you're not alone anymore.
Right.
That makes sense, right?
Kinda.
Yeah, good theory.
I mean, you could do
But-
weekly coffee, pick up a class or do some exercise or even just take a long walk. It's important to make sure that you connect and have a group of peers.
Yeah, relationships are key, and having a support group really helps. So strategy 3 is along the lines of that, but we're really suggesting that every day you talk to someone on the phone, in person, whatever it might be. Make sure you have a conversation with another human being every single day.
And it might make sense to make a list of people that you can
It
call.
absolutely makes sense.
Friends and family and neighbors, and never feel like you're imposing. And like Mark said, don't let a day go by that you're not involved in a conversation.
Now, it's always better in person because it feels better. But if you can't be in person, bad weather or, COVID kept us all locked up a little bit, at least call. But be there, and frankly, what's helpful is not only for you to reach out to get some communication and help, but be the one supporting other people. That's a great way to start having some conversations in a peer group that you're leading it.
So connect with someone every day. Strategy number 4, have a daily plan and a schedule. Something that adds structure to your life so that you're not always wondering, what am I going to do today? What's the morning going to be like? How am I going to make it through the afternoon? Really set the tone from the day in the morning.
Now, good habits and routines are important. And I know a lot of people that like to get up, they've worked their whole life and they're retired now and they want to get up and just have a cup of coffee and watch TV, watch a little more TV, have some more coffee. But before you know it, it's 11 o'clock and you haven't talked to anybody and you really haven't done much. So setting some schedule and some time, some self-care, time with friends, and frankly, limit TV. I mean, watching TV every morning from 7 a.m. till noon, it's not healthy.
No, but you could even schedule some time to learn, to pick up a class, to go to the library, to read to children, to find things in your community that you could do to be helpful and that makes you not alone and isolated.
So here's the 5th strategy. And you've heard this from us so many times, and it just makes so much sense.
This one does come up in a lot of our videos.
Because it helps in so many areas of your life. The 5th strategy is exercise every single day.
Move your body.
Move it. Get up and move it. Do you know that if you walk 20 minutes a day, every day, for 20 minutes, you can add 5 years to your life? So what about walking with a friend? And 20 minutes, that's easy. Walk for 30 minutes with someone and have a chat and catch up. So you're exercising and you're communicating with someone.
You know, as we all age, movement does become harder, but you need to be as active as you can and just know that you can do 20 minutes a day.
So we hope you do that and take it seriously. So now let's talk about strategy number 6, volunteering. You know, there's so many benefits with volunteering, and it's become such a huge part of our retirement transformation program.
And you know, we do bring it up a lot. Volunteering, sharing your wisdom, creating your community, providing yourself with fulfillment, sharing and searching your passions. We bring that up a lot, but it does help with this loneliness and the potential for isolation.
You know, you instantly can find a community of people when you start to volunteer. And it could be as basic as working at the local food bank or the library or something, but you're going to find dozens of other people in the same position you are in looking for community. So it's really important to give this a shot.
Absolutely. Strategy number 7 would be to try new things. Learn technology. Mark and I did a talk one day, and there was a bunch of people in the room, and one lady raised her hand talking because we were bringing up this strategy about learning technology. Her name was Ava. She raised her hand, and she talked about the world that technology opened to her, allowing her to connect with her family over in Italy, and how they structured it, how she learned FaceTime, how she learned Zoom, how she learned to be able to work all of the technology in her house to really ward off that loneliness.
And you know how she did it? Remember her story? She got one of her grandchildren to sit with her and work on the iPhone with her to learn how to do FaceTime. She couldn't believe in her mind that it could happen. And then in the end, how easy it was for her.
Right.
So,
but it really made her feel connected
Yeah.
and less lonely. And I think utilizing technology in that way is really smart.
And learn from a younger person. It's nice in a community to have people your own age and people younger.
And while you're learning technology, look for online courses that are out there. Look for some online learning that can engage you. I did that when I went to the University of Pennsylvania, and I took an entire online course, and I got to Zoom in with other kids.
College kids,
and I was the old lady, but that was great. And I made a lot of great contacts doing that.
Now, a big thing to remember is you're not alone. You can ward off this loneliness, but you need to be proactive. Work on the 7 strategies we just mentioned above.
And listen, if you enjoy this, please share with your friends. And also, please subscribe by clicking the subscribe button below.
Don't forget to join our free Facebook community. The link is down below, and it's very interactive, where Jody and I go live each week. You get to ask questions, and we can communicate with each other.
And thanks for listening, and we look forward to seeing you again.